Hi, everybody. So, a little bit more on mental health. Again, how to learn to love yourself because it is Self Love Month. So, how do you engage in self love? There are 3 tools to practice and strengthen your self love. So, the first one is talk to yourself the way you talk to someone you love. Think of the things you say to yourself when you are frustrated, upset, or embarrassed. Now, imagine saying those things to a loved one, like a friend, partner, or family member. Would you? Now imagine that friend, partner, or family member is sitting opposite you, saying those negative things about him, her, or themselves. How would you respond? This is a great tool because it works on more than one level. The first thing it does is it stops the thoughts in their tracks when you imagine these angry or unfair words about a loved one. Would I speak to a friend this way? No. Would I be comfortable hearing a friend talk about themselves this way? No. Negative self-talk can begin to spiral and become unmanageable. Nipping it in the bud can help to rein it in a little. Whether or not you have a lot of time to address the talk and analyze what you might say to a friend in a similar situation, you have successfully paused the narrative by doing that. The second one is going to be self-care. You might think that you will be unable to provide yourself with self-care until you are a professional at self-love, but this is not the case. Acts of self-care inform your mindset the way actions that lead to behaviors always do. You may think that self-care is a spa day or involves being selfish, but that is not true. Self-care is simply any action that is taken with the intent of meeting your needs, whether they're physical or emotional. It is not selfish to practice self-care because it brings the best version of you to the world. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to learn to fill up your cup. If you are not well, nothing and no one around you will be well. While it is true that for some, a trip to the spa is their ultimate act of self-care, there are many more acts of self-care that can be taken. You can phone a friend or a loved one to chat or do a quick meditation. You can go for a walk or watch a video. You can set a sleep schedule for yourself. You can learn to cook your favorite dish. You can write a list of self-care acts that you would enjoy and work on checking off every single item on that list. Watch a movie, drink some more water, light a candle, take a bubble bath. Make a list of things that you're grateful for. The possibilities are endless and they're all correct as long as they work for you. Now, our third option is boundaries. Boundaries are really amazing. We love boundaries. One of the best ways to grow our self-love is to be able to self-advocate in standing firm in and expressing our needs. We provide ourselves with care and respect. Setting boundaries with ourselves and others is a great way to communicate and strive for our needs. Boundaries start with identifying what they are and then asserting them. The process of identification affirms our worth of having them in the first place. It's through knowledge that our worth that we nurture the support and compassion we deserve to give ourselves. Taking the time and making an effort to stick to our boundaries is ongoing self-care. When we set boundaries, we define our values and clarify our goals. We know what's important and we know ourselves well enough to be realistic about our purpose. When our boundaries are expressed to others, the end result is that we find ourselves surrounded by people who respect us, fostering an environment of respect that we have the emotional support to uphold. A boundary is a sort of protection. When we establish and enforce a boundary, we protect ourselves. Think of the people in your life about whom you feel protective over. You know that part of the reason you work to protect them is that you love them. Practicing and protecting ourselves in healthy ways through selected boundaries is showing ourselves love. Be kind to and be patient with yourself. Nurture your self-love gently. Again, if you have any questions, drop a comment.